Are you a project manager who's delivered a project but feels like something's missing? Wrapping up a project doesn't just mean meeting deadlines, it means setting yourself up for future success. In this video, we are diving into the post-project analysis process and how learning from your project's highs and lows can solve the recurring issues you face. Stay tuned as we explore how to close your project properly and ensure you never repeat the same mistakes again. Hey, project leaders! Welcome back to our channel Next Chair. Today, we're exploring one of the most crucial yet often overlooked phases of project management, the project closure. Many people think that once the project deliverables are handed over, the job is done. But in reality, the project closure phase is where you set yourself up for future success by reflecting on what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve moving forward. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about the project closure process. Second, why it's important. Third, how you can conduct an effective post-project analysis. Fourth, managing project closure risks and challenges. Fifth, best practices for closing the project. And last, how to apply lessons learned to future projects. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to wrap up a project properly but also how to gather insights that will make your next project even better. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a tip on how to lead successful projects. Let's get started. 1. What is project closure? Project closure is the final phase in the project management lifecycle, and it's all about formally completing the project. Many people make the mistake of treating this as just a paperwork exercise, but it's far more than that. It's the phase where you hand over deliverables, get formal approval from stakeholders, and assess the project's overall performance. You'll also close out contracts with vendors, release any resources, like team members or equipment, that were dedicated to the project, and archive important documentation for future reference. The primary goal of project closure is to ensure that everything has been completed according to the plan and that nothing is left unfinished. This is also your opportunity to gather feedback and insights from everyone involved, clients, stakeholders, and team members. This feedback will be essential when you start your next project because it helps you avoid making the same mistakes or repeating unnecessary work. By treating project closure as a structured process, you protect yourself and your team from the common pitfalls of rushed or incomplete closures. It's not just about closing the project, it's about ensuring a smooth transition to whatever comes next. 2. Why lessons learned matter. One of the most valuable outcomes of a well-executed project closure is the collection of lessons learned. These lessons are the key takeaways from your project. Things that went well and should be repeated, and things that didn't go so well and should be avoided in the future. Think of lessons learned as a learning opportunity for both you and your team. The knowledge you capture here is like an internal guidebook for future projects. By documenting lessons learned, you are making sure that valuable insights don't get lost when the project ends. This also helps to build a culture of continuous improvement in your organization. For example, if you found that your communication processes were smooth and effective, this is something to document and replicate in future projects. On the flip side, if you faced challenges with resource management or timelines, you can analyze why that happened and what can be done differently next time. Hosting a lessons learned meeting soon after the project's completion is a great way to ensure everyone's thoughts and experiences are captured. The meeting should be a safe space where people can speak freely about what worked and what didn't, with the goal of improving future performance. In the end, the more thorough you are in capturing these insights, the more prepared you'll be for the next challenge. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your team or colleagues who could benefit, and subscribe for more valuable content on project management. The next topic we'll be covering in this video is the post-project analysis process. 3. The post-project analysis process. Post-project analysis is where the real value of project closure comes to life. This process allows you to critically evaluate the project's outcomes, performance, and overall success. The analysis should be structured and data-driven, using specific criteria to assess different aspects of the project. Here's a step-by-step guide to conducting an effective post-project analysis. Review project objectives. The first thing you should do is assess whether the project met its original goals. Did you deliver what was promised? Were all project deliverables completed on time and within budget? Were the key performance indicators, KPIs, achieved? This step is critical because it allows you to measure your success against the project scope and objectives. Evaluate team performance. How well did your team perform? Were there any standout contributions or areas where improvement is needed? This is also the time to identify any skill gaps or collaboration issues that may have affected the project's progress. By evaluating the team's performance, you can make informed decisions about team structures and roles in future projects. Assess risk management. Every project comes with risks, and part of your analysis should focus on how well you managed them. Were potential risks identified early on, and were appropriate mitigation strategies put in place? Were there any unexpected challenges that arose, and how well did the team respond to them? Understanding how risks were handled will help you better prepare for future projects. Customer, stakeholder satisfaction. Stakeholder feedback is a crucial part of post-project analysis. Whether it's internal or external stakeholders, gathering their input helps you understand how satisfied they were with the outcome. You can use surveys or interviews to get a sense of whether expectations were met, and what could be improved in future collaborations. Financial and budget review. Finally, take a close look at the project's budget. Did the project stay within financial limits? Where did you overspend or underspend? Budget analysis is essential because it highlights areas where financial management could be optimized in future projects. 4. Managing project closure risks and challenges. Project closure comes with its own set of risks and challenges, which, if not handled properly, can lead to incomplete deliverables, dissatisfied stakeholders, or even financial losses. Let's explore how to manage the common risks that can arise during the project closure phase. Inadequate documentation. One of the biggest risks during project closure is failing to adequately document everything, from contracts to deliverables and lessons learned. To mitigate this, assign clear roles for documentation early in the project and ensure all files are regularly updated. Keep a checklist of required documentation so nothing falls through the cracks. Stakeholder misalignment. Sometimes, not all stakeholders are on the same page when the project is ready to close. Some may feel the project hasn't fully met expectations. To manage this risk, maintain open communication throughout the project, and have a final meeting to ensure all stakeholders agree that the project is complete. Unresolved issues. Leaving open issues or outstanding tasks is a major challenge that can come back to haunt you. Conduct a thorough review of the project and close out any pending tasks before officially declaring the project complete. Use a project management tool to track any unresolved items. Budget overruns. Budget management doesn't stop when the deliverables are handed over. There could still be final payments, contract closures, or additional costs that need to be managed. Make sure to have a final financial review and ensure that all payments, invoices, and expenses are accounted for. Team disengagement. By the time a project wraps up, team members may already be mentally checked out and ready to move on. To prevent this, keep your team engaged through the closure phase by involving them in the final review and feedback processes. Recognizing their efforts and celebrating success also keeps morale high. By identifying these risks early and creating strategies to mitigate them, you can ensure a smoother, more efficient closure process that benefits everyone involved. 5. Best practices for closing the project. There are several best practices that will help you close your project effectively and ensure you leave nothing unfinished. 1. Conduct a final project review meeting. This is your opportunity to gather all stakeholders and team members to discuss the project in its entirety. Cover what went well, what didn't, and gather final feedback. This meeting also serves as a formal opportunity to thank everyone for their efforts. 2. Document everything. Proper documentation is crucial in this phase. Make sure that all project documents are organized and stored in a way that they can be easily retrieved for future reference. This includes contracts, reports, final deliverables, and, of course, the lessons learned. 3. Celebrate success. Don't forget to recognize the hard work that went into the project. Celebrating success boosts team morale and motivates everyone for the next project. Whether it's a formal event or just a quick acknowledgement, recognition goes a long way in building a positive work environment. 4. Obtain formal sign-off. Lastly, ensure that all stakeholders have formally signed off on the project's completion. This is important not only for record keeping but also for closing any financial accounts, ending vendor contracts, and officially releasing resources. Let's jump to the last topic. 6. How to apply lessons learned to future projects. Now that you've gathered your lessons learned, the key is to apply them to your future projects. This is where you take the insights you've gained and put them into practice. During the planning phase of your next project, refer back to your lessons learned. For example, if you identified resource allocation as a problem in the last project, plan for better resource management in the next one. If communication was a strong point, replicate the same methods and tools to keep future projects running smoothly. One useful approach is to create a lessons learned database within your organization. This can be a shared resource where you and your colleagues document and access insights from past projects. Over time, this becomes a treasure trove of knowledge that helps everyone avoid mistakes and improve efficiency. Having this kind of institutional knowledge can make a huge difference in project outcomes. Conclusion. To sum up, the project closure phase is much more than just the final step in your project. It's an opportunity to reflect, improve, and prepare for the future. By taking the time to properly close your project, you are setting yourself and your team up for continued success. If you're interested in diving deeper into mastering the entire project management lifecycle, check out my full Mastering Project Management series. In this series, we cover everything from planning and execution to risk management and, of course, project closure. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. If you have any questions or want to share your own lessons learned, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.